Hi, my name is Robin and you're welcome back to my channel. In this last part of indices, we'll be taking exam questions that are tricky. So I'll be telling you how and showing you how to solve these questions. Let's dive right into it. Now, let's solve this question. It says, evaluate 81 raised power 3 over 4 minus 27 raised power 1 over 3, all divided by 3 times 2 raised power 3. Okay, remember, according to the laws of indices, based on this, a m over n, I can rewrite this as nth root of a, then m, right? Based on my previous video. If you have not seen my previous video, click at the right hand top corner of this video to take you there. Let's continue. So 81 raised by 3 over 4 is same thing as 4th root of 81, then 3 minus this one here is same thing as cube root of 27 1 all over 3. Remember, 2 raised by 3 means you are multiplying 2 with itself 3 times. So which simply means 2 times 2 times 2, and that is 8. So we have 8. Now, 4th root of 81 means the same number you multiply 4 times. That will give you 81. Remember, 81. What can go in 81? 3. This is 27. 3. This is 9. 3. This is 3. 3. This is 1. So 3 will multiply itself 4 times to give you 81. So the 4th root of 81 is 3. And you have raised by 3 here. Minus. This is the cube root of 27. That means the same number you multiply 3 times that will give you 27. And that is 3. And you have raised by 1. Over 3 times 3 times 8 is 24. Okay, so 3 raised by 3 means 3 multiplying itself 3 times. 3 multiplying itself 3 times. That is 27. So that is 27. 3 raised by 1. Remember, anything raised by 1 is that thing. So 3 raised by 1 is 3 all over 24. So 27 minus 3, that is 24 divided by 24. So 24 divided by 24, that is 1. So our answer here is 1. Let's go to the next question. Now, next question. Evaluate. Now, 2 raised by 0 plus 4 minus 1 over 2, all bracket 2. Remember, a raised by 0 in indices is 1. Anything raised by 0 is 1. So 2 raised by 0 is 1. Plus, here, this is a negative fractional power. Okay? So negative here minus means 1 over 4, 1 over 2. I've explained that in my previous video. So here I have 1 plus 1 over. This is a fractional power, so that is square root of 4. We put 1 here, okay? So this is 1 plus square root of 4 is 2, which is, you have this one there, okay? So 1 plus 2 raised by 1 is 2. So you have, this is squared. This is 1 plus half. 1 plus half is 3 over 2. Then raised power 2 here. Because 1 plus 1 over 2. This is over 1, okay? So LCM here is easier when you multiply. You multiply this way, multiply this way, multiply this way. So 1 times 2 is 2. I've multiplied this way. Now let's multiply this way. 2 times 1 is 2.
Then we have plus. You have multiplied this way, so plus. Now let's multiply this way. 1 times 1 is 1. So this is 3 over 2. So that is how I got 3 over 2 raised by 2. So this is 3 raised by 2 over 2 raised by 2. That is what it means. 3 raised by 2 is 9. That means 3 multiply itself 2 times. And 2 multiply itself 2 times. 4. So this is 9 over 4. Or how many 4 can you get in 9? 2, then 1 over 4. Easy. Now, let's take the next question. Simplify. 5 raised by x times 25 can also be written as 5 raised by 2. That means 25. 5 here 5, 5 here 1. So 5 will multiply itself twice to get 25. So 5 raised by 2 is 25. Then you have this power here. So bracket x minus 1 divided by. Then let's see how many 5 I can multiply to give me 125. 5 here 25, 5 here 5, 5 here 1. So 5 will multiply itself 3 times. 5 raised by 3 is 125. Then you have this one here, x plus 1. Okay? Now remember that in indices, same basis multiplying, that means you will add the powers together. So this is 5, so you have the powers together. So x plus 2 bracket x minus 1, okay, divided by 5, 3 bracket x plus 1. Okay, so this is 5 x plus, let's open the bracket, 2 times x, 2x plus, sorry, plus 2 times minus 1, that is minus 2. Okay, so that is minus 2. So we have minus 2. Okay, so this is for this one here is this. Then divided, let's put the division like this so it's easier for us to say it. This times this, 3x plus this times this, 3. Now this is something as 5 x plus 2x, that is 3x minus 2, divided by 5, 3x plus 3. Now you have same basis divided, so you will subtract the powers. So this is 5, one of the base, so it is 3x minus 2, which is this power. Division is now minus in terms of power. So minus, because this is more than just one number here. These are, we have two numbers, so I'm putting a bracket. So 3x plus 3. Okay, so this is 3x minus 2. Let's open the bracket. Minus 3x minus that's plus minus minus 3. Okay, so this is 5. 3x minus 3x. 3x minus 3x, that is 0. Minus 2 minus 3, that is minus 5. Remember, in indices, minus on the power side means 1 over. So 5 raised by 5. And what is 5 raised by 5? That is 625. Let me confirm using my calculator. 5 raised by 5. No, 5 raised by 5 is 3125. You see where you have to always confirm. Okay, you can use your calculator. So 5 raised by 5 is 3125. So 5 raised by 5 here is 3125. So 3125. Easy. Now let's simplify this question. The first one says 6 raised power 2n plus 1. And this one says 9 raised power that. So the first thing I want you to remember here is that there is an indices law that says a raised power m times b raised power m. So A and B are different bases, but the powers are the same and you are multiplying. So when the powers are the same and the bases are different, when you are multiplying, you multiply the base A times B, that is AB, and you maintain the power. So all I'm trying to tell you here is that I can tell you that 12 raised power n is equal to 4 raised power n times 3 raised power n. Why? Because the powers are the same and the bases are different. So you say 4 times 3, that is 12, and you maintain the power. Easy. So here, I can tell you here that this is 6 2 raised power n times 6 raised power 1, right? Because you know that a raised power m times a raised power n is equal to a raised power m plus n. So this is 6 multiplying 6. So they have same bases, right? And you're multiplying, so you have the power. So 6 is the base here, 6 is the base here, right? You're multiplying, so that means you have to have the power. So that's why I have 6 here, and you're adding 2n plus 1. So you understand. So that is why this can still be written as this. Times. Now, 9 raised power n can be 3 raised power 2, which is 9, right? 3 raised power 2 is 9, and you have n here. Good. Okay. This is 4 raised power 2n. I can still write it as 2 raised power 2 as 4, then put 2n there. But I noticed that I can rewrite this 18 raised power n as 9 raised power n times 2 raised power n, right? Based on this here. So same power, different bases, and you're multiplying. So 9 times 2, that will be 18, you maintain n. Times, so this one is 18 times 2 raised power n times 12 can still be written as 4 raised power 2n times 3 raised power 2n. Why? Because same power, right? You're multiplying, different bases. 4 times 3 is 12. I'm writing, I can still use it as 6 2 raised power n times 2 raised power n, but because I have 4 raised power 2n here, I can easily cancel it out. So this one we cancel this one out. This one we cancel this one out. Okay, so let's continue. So what do we have here? 6 raised power 2n times 6 divided by, okay, now in this case I can still say this is 9 raised power n times, look at this one here, same basis, right? And same power. So let's put this one here. So we have this. Now this 6 raised power 2n can still be written as 3 raised power 2n times 2 raised power 2n. We agree. This is it here. We're using this. So same power, different bases multiplying. So 3 times 2 is 6. You maintain one of the power. Then this is 6 over. Remember, our 9 is something as 3 raised power 2, which is 9. And you have n here. So 3 raised power 2n. And this same basis. So I'll have the power. So n plus n. Same basis, I had the power. So here, I have 3 raised power 2n times 2 raised power 2n times 6 all over 3 raised power 2n times 2 raised power 2n. So you can see this one can cancel this one out. It's the same. This can cancel this one out. It's the same. So answer is 6. Easy. Now, let's solve for x in this question. So this is 25 raised by x minus 1. I can say 25 is something as 5 raised by 2, right? So that is x minus 1 there. this 5 raised to power 2 is something as 25. And then x minus 1 is this one. 64, I can say that is 2 raised to power 6. That is 64. So I can still say this is times, I can say 5 raised to power 6 over 2 raised to power 6. You can see? I can separate that. Okay? So 2 raised to power 6 can cancel 2 raised to power 6. So I have 5. I can multiply this one there, 2x minus 2. Right? Because that is the same. If you have something like this, the same thing as 5, 2 bracket x minus 1. So that is 2x minus 2, which is this. So it's equals to 5 raised to power 6. So these are the exponential equation, right? The base here on the left hand side is equal to the base here on the right hand side. That means the powers are equal. So 2x minus 2 is equal to 6. I can take this minus 2 to this side because it's not having x. So 2x is equal to 6 plus 2. So 2x is equal to 8. I'm looking for x. I will divide both sides by what is beside x, which is 2. Cancel, cancel. So x is equal to, how many 2 can you get in 8? 4. Easy. Now let's solve for x in this question. A square root of 3 raised by x is equal to square root of 9. Now remember, square root, normally if you have square root of n, square root of n means n raised by half, because half as a power is the square root. So this is 3x raised power half. Square root of 9 is 3. Okay? Now, we have, this is x. Sorry, that is 3. This is 3. So this is x times half. That is x times 1 over 2. Remember, this is over 1. So x times 1 is x. 1 times 2 is 2. So this is x over 2. So this is x over 2 is equal to 3. Remember, 3 simply means raised power 1 because a raised power 1 is a. So the base here on the left hand side is 3. The base here on the right hand side is 3. So that means power is equals to power. So x over 2 is equal to 1. Remember, this is something as over 1. So x is equal to this x. X will multiply this one here because that is cross multiplication. X times 1 is x and 2 times 1 is 2. So x is 2. Easy. Now, let's take the next question. B. 5 raised by x plus 1 plus 5 raised by x is equal to 150. Remember, 5 raised by x plus 1 is something as 5 raised by x times 5 raised by 1. Because in indices, a raised by n times a raised by n is equals to, since you have the same bases and you're multiplying, you have the power. So this a m plus n. So here means 5 raised by x times 5 raised by 1 means you write 5 because it's the same base and you're multiplying, you have the power x plus 1, which is this. So it's the same thing as this one here. So plus 5 raised by x is equal to 150. Okay. Now, in this case, you can see here that we can make this easy for ourselves. See, there is 5 raised by x here, and there is 5 raised by x here. But there is a plus between these two 5 raised by x, which is not indices directly. So let's assume, let 5 raised by x, let it be y. Okay? So that means wherever you see 5 raised by x, you put y there. So this one now, 5 raised by x is now y times 5. 5 raised by 1 is 5. Plus 5 raised by x is now y is equal to 150, right? So y times 5, this is 5y plus y is equal to 150, right? 5y plus y, that is 6y, is equals to 150. Let's look for y. So divide by what is beside y, which is 6. Okay, so here y is equal to 150 divided by 6, that is 25. So y is 25. But remember, we are looking for x. We're the one that introduced y. So I will say, since 5 raised by x is equal to y, that is 5 raised by x is equal to, what is y? We got y to be 25. So this is exponential equation. You can see. So this is 5 raised by x is equal to 5 raised by 2, because 25 is the same thing as what? 5 multiplying itself twice. So the base on the left hand side is equal to the base on the right hand side. So power is equal. So therefore x is equal to 2. Now let's solve these questions by looking for the value of x. A, 8x raised by minus 2 is equal to 25 over, it's equals to 2 over 25. Now, the first thing you need to understand here is that 8, this x raised by minus 2 means times 1 over x squared. You agree from indices. So it's equals to 2 over 25. So remember, this is over 1. So that means 8 times 1, that is 8. 1 times x squared is x squared. Is equal to, so this is 2 over 25. Right? Now, you can cross multiply. So that means 8 times 25. Right? So let's quickly multiply 8 times 25. 8 times 25. That is 200. So 8 times 25. So that is 200. Is equal to 2 times x squared. That is 2x squared. Now, we can divide both sides, okay, by 2. Because 2 is beside x squared, by 2 and 2x squared divided by 2. So this cancel. So here, x squared is equal to, how many 2 can you get here? 2 in 200, that is 100. Then x squared. I can bring 100 to this other side, that is minus 100 is equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation, okay? And this kind of quadratic equation can be solved by using difference of two squares. So, and difference of two squares, I can just put it here. A squared minus b squared is equal to a minus b and a plus b. This is difference of two squares. So that means x squared, I can say this is something as 10 squared, because 100 is something as 10 squared is equals to 0. So x squared is something as a squared, and 10 squared is something as b squared. So we can write it like this. So x squared minus 10 squared is equal to 0. So this is x minus 10, and x plus 10 is equal to 0. You can see that, which is easy. So therefore, x minus 10 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 10. X plus 10 is equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 10. So x is equal to 10 or minus 10. Now let's take b. B says 1 over 4 of 16 minus 2 raised by x plus 1 is equal to 64. Okay, 1 over 4 is something as 4 raised by minus 1. That is indices. Of simply means multiplication. That is the meaning of multiplication. So 16 minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 64. Now, 16 can be in base 4 and 64 can be in base 4. So I can say 4 raised by minus 1 times 16 is same thing as 4 raised by 2. That is 16. So I have minus 2x plus 1 in bracket. 64 is same thing as 4 raised by 3. That means 4 multiply itself 3 times. That is 64. So here, base 4, right? They are multiplying, so you add the powers together. So minus 1 plus 2 bracket minus 2x plus 1. Okay? Yes, so you have to remember, you have to maintain the base is equal to 4 raised by 3. Okay? So the left-hand side base is equal to the right-hand side base. That simply means the powers also are equal. So in that case, minus 1 plus 2 bracket minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 3. So minus 1 plus, sorry, you have to open the bracket now. So plus times minus minus, so 2 times 2x, that is 4x, plus 2 times 1, that is 2, is equals to 3. Okay, so minus 1, let's take all the values that is not having x to the left hand side. So minus 1 plus 2, this is on this side, 3 plus 3, bring it to the other side, that is minus 3, is equal to, this is minus 4, take it to the other side, that is plus 4, that is 4x. So minus 1 plus 2, that is 1. So 1 minus 2, 1 minus 3, that is minus 2, is equal to 4x. I'm looking for x. What is beside x? 4. So I will divide both sides by 4. Cancel, cancel, right? So x here, 2 is 1 here, 2 here is 2. So x is minus 1 over 2.
Now let's go to the next question. C. If 9 raised by 2x minus 1 divided by 27 raised by x plus 1 is equal to 1 over 9. Now, I can easily rewrite this as 9 2 raised by x minus 1. This is division. Let's just put it like this. It's easier to see it. It's equal to 1 over 9. 1 over 9 is something as 9 raised by minus 1. We already understand that. So I can put 9 as a base of 3. That is 3 raised by 2, which is 9. So this is 2x minus 1. Divided by 27 can be in base of 3. That is 3 raised by 3. X plus 1. And 9 also can be in the base of 3. 3 raised by 2. Okay? So here you have base 3, and you are dividing. So remember, you maintain one of the base and you add the powers. So this is 2 bracket 2x plus minus 1. Division is now minus. So 3 bracket x plus 1 is equal to 3 raised power minus 2. Now in this case, the left hand side base is 3 and the right hand side base is 3. So that simply means they cancel out, right? So that means power will be equal to this. So 2 bracket 2x minus 1 minus 3 bracket x plus 1 is equals to minus 2. So multiply this, this is 4x. Multiply this, this is 2. Multiply this is minus 3x. Minus times plus is minus. 3 times 1 is 3. Is equals to minus 2. Let's take all the values with x on one side, on the left hand side, okay? And let's take all the values that is not having x to the right hand side. So you take this one and you take this one to the right hand side. So minus 2 to the right hand side, that is plus 2. Minus 3 to the right hand side, that is plus 3. So 4x minus 3x, that is 1x, with something as x is equals to minus 2 plus 2, that is 0. This will cancel out. Then you have 3. So x is equal to 3. Hi.
Question D was written wrong. So question D says 81 times. The right one should be this is equal to k. Then the question says find square root of k. that is the right question. So this one here that I wrote before is wrong. So this is the right question here. So now, I'm looking for square root of k. And the right hand side here is k. So we can square root both sides then. Then that gives me what I'm looking for, which is square root of k. Because that is what I'm looking for. So that is easy. But let's finish up this one. This is 81. I can separate that. I can also write this as this. It's equals to square root of k. So this is 9 times. I can write this as 2x minus 2. Remember that square root in power means 1 over 2. So that's square root of k. So I have 9 times 2. 2x minus 2, I can say 2 bracket x minus 1 because 2 is common. So, and I have times half, and that is square root of k. So these 2 can cancel these 2 here. So this is 9 times 2 raised power x minus 1 is equal to square root of k. And the question says find square root of k. So square root of k is same thing as 9 times 2 raised power x minus 1. So question E, 2 raised by x plus 32 raised by 2 raised by minus x minus 12 is equals to 0. Now remember that this 2 raised by x plus 32, remember that I can write this as 1 over 2 raised by x, that is indices. So you see here I have 2 raised by x and I have 2 raised by x here. This is a special case of exponential equation. So let 2 raised by x be equal to y. That means wherever I see 2 raised by x, I put y there. So this is y because this is 2 raised by x plus 32 bracket 1 over this 2 raised by, that is y, minus 12 is equals to 0. So this is y plus 32 over y minus 12 is equals to 0. Okay? So this is something as over 1, is something as over 1. So here I have LCM is y, right? So this is y squared plus 32 minus 12y is equals to 0. Okay? So if that is the case, remember this is over 1, I can cross multiply. So that is y squared plus 32 minus 12y is equals to 0. Because 1 will multiply everything here, which is this, and y multiplies 0, which is 0. So this is y squared minus 12y plus 32. I'm just rearranging, it's equals to 0. So this is quadratic equation. Okay? For those of you that don't know quadratic equation, you check my video on quadratic equation. Do not be disappointed here. Okay? Just follow through. So this is y, 8, 4, minus. So y is equal to 8 or 4. But remember, we are not looking for y. We are looking for x. We introduce y. So I will say since 2 raised by x is equals to y. Alright? So that is 2 raised by x. What is my y? Y is either 8 or y is either 4. So this is 2 raised by x. Remember, this is 2 raised by 3 as 8. And 4, that is 2 raised power 2. So the base here is equals to the base here. So x is equals to 3. So x is equals to 3, or the base here is equals to base here. So x is equals to 2. So x is equal to 3 or 2. Hey, you were able to make it to the end of the topic indices. Thank you for staying to the end of the video, and I hope to see you in my next video treating different topics. Bye.